Hey everyone, welcome, and today we're going to be reviewing the 100 runs loot from Uldaman, and this is going to be a series I'd like to do, a total of 1,000 runs in Uldaman, and see if I get lucky on one of the rarest items in this dungeon. And Uldaman is very notorious on having some of the most rarest items in the game that goes for millions on the auction house. Now we're going to be going through the loot that I received within 100 runs. It's not going to be every single item, but just very high valuable pieces that I was able to loot within those 100 runs. The class that I use, the route that I use, and some consumables and just tips and tricks as far as using a rogue goes. So let's dive into the class, and I'm using sub. And the reason why is because I like to use the Shuriken Storm, and that's just a really good AoE ability to have. And I have my Thistle Tea just to regain or restore my energy. Not only the fact that I can just use Shadow Step to jump to enemies a lot quicker and move through the dungeon, especially with the little burst of speed that you get when you get into stealth mode, which is fade to nothing. You get an increased speed of 20%, and you can use Shadow Step to basically jump to enemy. And also I like to use Shadow Strike, which really doesn't have like a cooldown. It's instant every single time as long as you're stealth, and I'm always going back and forth into stealth to jump to different enemies, and it just works great. Moving on to consumables, you can either use the bonefish meal or the bear tartare, which gives you a boost of speed after you kill an enemy. And I do purchase the charge vial of Alcrity, I think that's how you pronounce it, which increases your speed by 743. It lasts 30 minutes. So yeah, those are basically the consumables I use. And as far as the set I did purchase a speed set, and I'm still on the lookout for a couple of more pieces. My speed right now is at 36%, with at a base speed of 151. And stealth, I'm sitting at 191 with the buff, and 171 while stealth, so that's pretty good. As long as I can get the dungeon done within 6 minutes, I'm happy. And my route, the way that I take it, is I basically try to kill everything in the dungeon, and I can get it done within 6 minutes, under 6 minutes, which is pretty good with the rogue. Now, the main reason why I chose rogue is because there's a couple of hidden chests in this instance where you can actually get some really rare items to drop, some world drops. So I never want to miss those chests. And if you're running it with like a druid, which is highly likely that you are using a druid for this instance because you can use the dream walk. But what I like about Uldaman is that there's a back door to the instance, and you can get out easily with the rogue, and I can get this done within 5 minutes and 36 seconds or something like that. I think that was the best, my best run. But yeah, the chests, you can open them every once in a while without a rogue, but sometimes they are locked, and you will need to get, lock picking or something to open them. And I highly recommend using a rogue to just get the best output when it comes to running this dungeon. Here are some of the items you can look for as far as Uldaman runs go. And I use this add-on called All the Things that I've been using for a couple of years now. It's a great little add-on, and you can track all of your achievements, mounts, and things like that. And what I like the most is the zone drop, which shows you some potential items that could drop in the instance. The first one being the Adventurer's Pith Helmet. Let's see how this one looks. It's just a tan looking helmet, but it's going for 8,900 gold. That's not bad. Next up, we have the Anneal Blade. I have one of those already. 10k gold. Beacon of Hope, 10k gold. Digmaster, 5,000. An extremely rare item. Right now, it's going for 8 million gold. That is insane. Earthen Rod. Not too crazy, but it is a rare item. I did get one, and I believe I sent it to my druid already. Yeah, it looks like it. Excavator's Brand, 20k gold. Jinsu Sword, a very nice item, going for over 300,000 gold. That is insane. Market value of 439,000 gold. Leggers of the Vault, got one of those already. And the elusive Miner's Hat of the Deep. This is probably the rarest item in this dungeon because it's so hard to even see one on the auction house. Like, we have the Obsidian Cleaver, 79,000 gold. Oh, I have one in my bag, sweet. And Papal Fez, another extremely rare item. Pendulum of Doom, another extremely rare weapon item. With a chance on a hit, delivers a fatal wound for 5 damage. We have the Shadow Forge Bushmaster, going for 2.6 million gold. Pendulum of Doom is 2.1 million gold. As far as what I'm seeing here, right? Region market value. Skull Plate Bracers, I have one of those, 300,000 gold. Spalders of the Lost Age. Looks like region market value 747,000 gold. Spire Wind Fetter chest piece going for 6k gold. Stone Vault Bonebreaker, I used to get these all the time. 200k gold. Stone Vault Shiv, just got that. The Jackhammer, this one is, yeah, this is really rare. There's like no information on this one. This is probably the rarest item in this dungeon. And the Unearthed Bands. So that is what you're looking at. There's 23 of those items, but there's also like world drops. You know, you can get like the star belt patterns to drop. I remember I got 2 of them one time in here, and I sold them off right away. It's a great pattern to farm. So let's start with the plans. I got the comfortable leather hat worth over 200,000 gold. There's only one auction right now, and the market value is around 150,000 gold, which is pretty cool. It's this like little black hat, looks like a pilgrim's hat or whatever. And let's move on to the next one. We have the Big Voodoo robe going for 6k gold. I got a couple of those plans, and the most interesting schematics that I received was the Cat's Eye Ultra Goggles. Now, when I first looted this, there was one auction out there for 100,000 gold, and I thought I made some bank because I kept getting this schematic to drop from those chests. So that's why it's important for you to loot those chests. Now, the market value is at 86,000, and the region market value average is 310 gold, and the minimum buyout right now is 2,000 gold. So I don't know what's going on with this schematic. Moving on to the Bright Eye Goggles. This is going for 100k with the market value of 105. I got the Golden Scale Boots. It's pretty cool pattern. And this one's going for 150k gold on my server. Market value of 147,000 gold. Jade Serpent Blade, 2k gold, and a Troll Hide bag, which I already sent to my druid. Now, there was a lot of pieces, a lot of BOEs that was over 1,000 gold, and I sent all of those to my druid so we can just get them auctioned off. Let's start down at the bottom, and you can see I have one epic, but I want to start from the lowest to the highest. We have Energy Cloak. I have 2 of these, I believe, going for 5k gold. Moving on, we have the Glyphed Leggings. I was able to get 2 of these. One dropped from the Stone Vault Pillager and one from a Cleft Scorpion. Now moving on to the Chief Brigadier Leggings, and I have a total of 10 of these, and they're going for 12k gold right now and a market value of 8,000 gold. Very nice, and I will just stockpile these and sell one at a time. Then we have the Night Sky Trousers at 2,500, so just another example of what I sent to my druid. Moving on to the Leggers of the Vault. This one's going for 13k gold, not bad. And I got a really rare item to drop, one of the rare items, and that's the Skull Plate Bracers. Right now, it's minimum buyout of 300,000 gold. Market value of 400k. That's crazy. Moving on to the Adventurer's Pith Helmet. This is going for 8,900 gold. Phalanx Shield of Fire Flash. This one's 5,300 gold. I got 2 of those. And one of my favorite shields in the game, and that is the Knight's Crest of I guess, Knight's Crest. Was able to get Beacon of Hope, 10k gold. Average market value is 11,000. Stone Vault Shiv, I think we just looted that after our last run. We got the Excavators Brand going at 19k gold. Market value is 10,000. We got the Annealed Blade for 10k gold. Market value is 17k. And a couple of Thornstone Sledgehammers. Now, both of these Thornstone Sledgehammers dropped from those chests. 12k gold each. So it is very important to me that I make sure I use my rogue to pick lock those chests and loot from those babies. Moving on to this silencer. Also another item that dropped from the chest. 5k gold. We got the Obsidian Cleaver at 27k gold. Region market value at 52,000 gold. Pretty sweet. And there's none on the auction house. I've been watching this and no one has it on this server. Next up we have the Shoveler. Very awesome item. Very known item that drops from Uldaman. Basic, it's just a shovel. Going for 18 or 19,000 gold. And market value is 19,000 gold. And drumroll, we have our first epic, which was the Staff of Jordan, going for 130k gold. Pretty sweet. Market value of 35,000 gold. So there's only one on the auction house right now. I've only seen one so far. But that's pretty good. I was able to get skull plate bracers, the Staff of Jordan, the Excavators Brand, and a couple of these sledgehammers. A Beacon of Hope, a Shoveler. So it was nice. It was great to see these items drop. So now we're going to do the entire run. All right, so I stealth and I move to the right. I jump to these three guys chilling in here. Make sure I loot. Then I use the sprint. Kill these guys off. And the loot table for some rare items across is pretty crazy. So you want to make sure you kill all of these guys because they can drop some really rare items, which we'll get into after we finish the run here. So I go right again. I kill these four guys in this corner. And there is a runner, so I jump to him, jump to these guys. And I'll also show you guys my talents. And I just go in here and kill everything. And I do kill the bosses for extra gold. Once I'm done with my 100 runs, I go to my mailbox and I basically grab everything that dropped from the bosses, because you don't necessarily need to loot from the bosses, because it will go straight to your mailbox. And also, if they have a potential of dropping a BOE, that can be sent to your mailbox as well. I do pick up from this boss because of these two NPCs, or whatever, those two mobs. Kill these guys off in this room. And it's pretty simple, straightforward. I try to kill everything in each room. There's a hidden guy here. There's a couple of hidden guys right here. And I jump to this bat, kill him. And you can skin the scorpions and the bats for the heavy leather and the, what is it, the thick hide or heavy hide. I jump to this crocodile. Then I jump down here, kill these guys off. And I like to do this little jump. I go over here and use Shadow Strike. It's awesome. I love doing that. It's like really fun. But I'm just showing you real quick. And kill these scorpions in this room. And there's our first chest. We open that up. And I actually got a really rare pattern to drop from that chest, and I'll be showing here after we're done with this run. I go down here. I jump to that golem. Kill these guys. And every single mob can drop really rare items, so you want to make sure you kill everything. Here's our second chest hidden in this room. And we open that up. And I get all of my rare items from that chest for some reason. It's kind of weird. Kill that dude off. And we're still at 3 minutes. Or I'm sorry, we just approached 3 minutes. I'm trying to say. I'm trying to focus on the run here. And trying to get this done as quickly as possible. I kill these guys off. Then I kill this dude. Loot these guys because they have a chance of dropping some rare items as well. Stealth. Then I go into this room. Kill that guy. Jump to that guy. Jump to that guy. Move over here. So if you like for me to go a little bit slower, I can. But I'm just trying to get this done as quickly as possible. But I may have explained or done a couple of things that may have affected my time. Now we're hitting 4 minutes. I try to save these mobs. So that way when I'm coming back out, I have something to use to gain a little bit of speed with my food buff. This is what kind of slows me down is the kind of the channeling. Move over here, kill these guys off. And the point is to get to the last chest, right? Everyone knows that. A lot of rare items drop from that chest, and a lot of people actually just go for the chest and they don't even loot anything. They kill everything, but they just go to the chest, dream walk out, and rinse and repeat. But I don't like to do that. I like to make sure I kill every single thing in this dungeon, and we'll see if I can make it out. We're just reaching 5 minutes. And here's the last chest. And we got a troll hide that's worth 1600 gold, which is probably not gonna sell for that much. We got 20 seconds on sprint. And I kind of messed this up because I usually save these mobs for when I'm coming back out to kind of jump back and forth using Shadow Step or Shadow Strike to kill them off. And I also don't have my vial, which I should have purchased before I started this whole video, but I think the most that I gain of speed is, yeah, just a little over 300. And I do have a couple of enchants on my weapons and my chest piece and things like that, so you can build a pretty good speed set. And I was noticing without the speed set, I was getting this dungeon done within like 7 minutes. So saving that 1 minute for like 50, 60k gold or whatever I spent on is worth it. So I got it done within 6 minutes and 15 seconds. That's not bad for killing everything. And now I'll be going through the run here again and some tips and tricks. And as far as like jumping goes, I really love the jump with Rogue, and I don't think nothing beats it. Even like a Druid at like 200 speed, I think is equivalent to that. You know, you're just jumping to mob, and it's nice to reach to those mobs that are kind of annoying and in the corner like that, and try to use sprint as much as possible. And with sprint, I don't really necessarily jump to enemies, only if I have to, but I try to just, if I have sprint, I just try to kill everything in my way to boost my speed up. And the difference between, if you're not familiar with this, but if the difference between Shadow Step and Shadow Strike is that Shadow Step, you'll just appear behind the enemy, and Shadow Strike actually does and kill the mob. So just keep that in mind. When you're doing your Shadow Step, you can just jump, and then jump again to kill. And here are my talents. So just make sure you have Shadow Runner, Night Stalker. Now with this jump, what I like about the Rogue is that I don't have to go like this. I can hit it from right here and I've made that. I can save myself all that time. And then I jump through this pit here. I grab everything, right? And we go and jump like that across. Kill that guy too. Instead of, getting stuck here. I got stuck so many times with this stupid, like if I'm stealth, I don't know why, but like, you see that? I get stuck here. It is annoying. I hate that so much. So I was like, what can I do to kind of improve? Because I was going like this most of the time. I was going around and doing my thing, but it's just best to keep that mob alive, this guy, and then jump and use shadow step. Or you could just jump like that. So, but you would have to get that. You have to have that speed. If you have a sprint up, you can use it and then do that jump, just like I did there. Yeah, I hate that so much. Now, half of the time I am skinning. Like if I'm at the end of my 10 runs and I just want to skin these guys, it is valuable to skin these because you can get the heavy leathers and the heavy hides. Heavy hides are very expensive. Right now they're going for 125 gold each. And I got a stack of them, and I barely skin these guys. I think I've done like less than 50 runs, less than 50, half of my runs skinning, and I was able to accumulate almost 1,000 of the heavy leathers, which is close to 10,000 gold, and then the heavy hides, you get another 4k gold. But I try not to do that because if I do skin everything, it will go up to 8 minutes. But if I just want to continue to farm this dungeon all day long, then I'll skin everything, right? If I'm going to sit here for like 3-4 hours just continuing to farm Uldaman, you can do that, which is very optimal. Like you don't have to wait the hour. As long as you're over that 6-minute threshold, that 1 hour lock, then you should be fine, because every time you reach to your 10th run, it will say, okay, your instance is locked. The next time you can enter is in 2 minutes. And that was always what I was doing. Towards the end of my 10th run, I would start to skin, so I can use that time to accumulate to get the next run in, and I don't have to wait 2 minutes out the dungeon. I could just use my last run to skin, take my time, and rinse and repeat. Now that was the first chest that we were looking at here, is in this room, and this lady comes out. And again, you can skin these guys and kill them and loot them. Very important you do that. That first chest will always be here. I've never seen where this chest was never here. It's always going to be here. You kill off these guys, and then you have a chance at spawning the chest here. As you can see, it's not in this corner, and if it's not there, it's not there. It won't be anywhere else in the dungeon. I've done a lot of testing with different runs to see if there was any more chests to pop up, but those are the only 2 chests that are available in this instance, and most of the time it will be here. I'd say 80% of the time that chest will be sitting here, and you can pick lock it, and that's where I got most of these items to drop, was from this chest. For some odd reason. Maybe it's just a little bit more special. And this is one of my favorite shadow steps, is I go here, then I go here, and it's pretty cool how you can get down there so quickly, and you can go back and just jump back to these enemies. So I try to save them, and that's what's great about shadow step, is that you could just appear behind them and not pull aggro. But if you do pull aggro, for example, and you're trying to like not pull aggro, you can always use vanish to lose aggro and get back to what you're doing, right? If you're trying to save a mob or two to like come back. So that is it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know this video was a little bit long, but I wanted to share all of my information with you, my tips and tricks, and just try to help you with, running Uldaman as efficiently as possible, and hopefully you get lucky with getting one of those amazing items to drop. So good luck out there with all those rare items to drop, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.